Hi, I'm Charlotte. I am a transgender woman. I have been on hormones for 2 years now in March, and I'm hoping to have gender confirmation surgery by the end of this year. There are other things that I'm thinking of having done, such as facial feminization surgery, vocal surgery, and maybe a few other things as well. I just wanted to just talk a few things and just ramble for a few moments, if I may. You see all the young ladies, trans girls on YouTube, and many of them very beautiful, and they talk about their lives and what they've been doing and what they're going through and what they're hoping to do in the future. It's very different for older trans women such as myself who are over 50. When we were younger, when I was younger, being transgender was really quite unknown. And it's only really, I suppose, in the last 10 years that it's really been something that's come to the public eye. And if I look back in my childhood days, even being homosexual was an imprisonable offence, it was illegal. And obviously, things have moved a long way over the years, thankfully. And what sort of changes have I had in the 2 years? I'd like to say better than they are, but they are what they are. You have to be realistic about these things. And softening of the skin is one of the things that many people speak of. Many trans women, young and older, talk about softening of the skin. Some breast development. I think I'm a 34B. I've got a 29-inch waist and 34-inch hips. I'm 5'9". I've got a shoe size of size 8. I would really like to be a 6, but even cisgender women have size 8 feet. It's not unusual. I had a comment put on my YouTube channel this week from someone who I think was a lady, and her comments were fairly negative, I think, from the point of view she spoke about size 13 feet and being 6'2". Well, of course, I think that's a very general statement and one that's not reality and very excessive and unfair and unkind, because not all trans women are of big proportions, and I'm thankful that I'm under 6 foot, that I'm slim, petite, that's a lot to be thankful for. I want to just talk about relationships, attraction, feelings, um, how things have changed over the years. And it's, honey, I think it was probably a year ago, a friend of mine, a lady, cisgender lady, who shared an apartment with a trans woman, said to me that your feelings sexually in terms of attraction to men will change. And I think she's right. I've certainly never been gay as a man, far from it. But I have to say that as a trans woman, my feelings and desires are very, very different. And I am very attracted to men. I look at women and I think probably more so admire them than desire to be with them and desire to be them. I think maybe all women, cisgender women, do this. They study other women and they look at what they wear and how they walk, their hair, their makeup, and so on. And I think there's an element of envy in every person, whether a man or a woman, whether trans or whether cis. Well, for me, I look at other women, cis women, and I do, I do admire them, and there is definitely an element of jealousy there as well. I would love to be 20 or 25 or 30, but I'm not, and I have to face the reality that though I am older, but I have to make the best of what I've got, the years that I have, and to enjoy them and to be fulfilled. I've been in a online relationship with a man for probably about 6 months now, and we've had some really interesting conversations. And once the lockdown ends, we hope to meet and see how things go, whether it's initially just for a walk or for a meal. And I say that with trepidation, although I am 90% out, I'm not 100%. I fear going to a restaurant with a man and being outed, and it's a fearful thing. I can remember the first time I went out was to a supermarket, a big one in Frome and Asda, and I was petrified, and I regretted the moment that I walked through the door that I wanted to run back for the door, but I carried on. I went to the ladies section and was looking at bras and pants and tights and clothes, and a lady walked up to me and said, "Oh, you look absolutely fantastic." Well, I suppose that's what every trans woman wants to hear, and I think I was quite taken back, shocked, and quite uncomfortable, I think, as well, with the comment, and just really didn't know what to say, and just said, "Oh, thank you." And off I wandered to the makeup section, very conscious that people knew I was trans. There's no hiding that. I think it is obvious to people. And I think the thing that I've learned over time, and as people have said to me, is people just don't care. You will always get the odd person who, or persons maybe, who are unkind, they're derogatory. Sometimes I know trans women face violence, and thankfully I've not had that. So I'm thankful for that. So 2 years on, where will tomorrow lead and the days ahead? I've been on the NHS waiting list for nearly 2 years now for a first appointment, and I've heard nothing besides my letter that I'm registered. I've written numbers of times and had no response from them. So I'm guessing that it will still be a long time to go, and obviously with COVID, I'm sure that that's delayed things as well, with the waiting list being so great. I think the reality is that once my house sale goes through, I'm divorced. Well, I'm not yet, I'm separated, but when I'm divorced and the house sale goes through and I have money, that I will consider going privately for gender confirmation surgery and facial feminization surgery. I've considered breast augmentation and vocal surgery as well. Maybe these things are on the radar as well, but it's all about money, it's about affordability, and there is a limit. So I just wanted to just update you from an older trans woman's point of view and where she is on her journey. And for all those who are older like me, I wish you well in your journey and keep safe. Bye.